Afternoon YouTube. This video is aimed not predominantly for carnivorous plants, it's for plants of all kinds really. But I was looking on the internet and specifically on YouTube, and there's not a lot around parceling or packaging of heliamphora being a big one, NEPENTHES another one, sundews, drosera, pings, carnivorous plants basically. There are a number of ways of parceling them, packaging them, some good, some not so good, and I have had my fair share of plants turn up that have been used as a rugby ball before they've got to my address, and then I've opened the box and the entire contents of the pot have been spilled all over the inside of the box, and the plant is effectively ruined, especially where you come to heliamphora. Slightest bit of pressure on these traps, on these pitchers, and they snap, and then anybody that grows these will tell you they take forever to grow back, so we want to avoid that at all costs if possible. So with that in mind, I thought I'd do a short video and just see if it helps somebody. So we'll crack on. What you'll need is get yourself some bamboo skewers, or alternatively some bamboo rod. Bamboo skewers you can pick up at any DIY shop, any home supply. They're easy enough to get. Masking tape, again, DIY shop, easy enough to get. You'll also need some sphagnum, or an equivalent, something to pad out the pot, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that shortly. That's about it pretty much. Oh, cling film, get yourself some cling film, we'll need that shortly. Sellotape, it's always good to have a roll of sellotape, as you'll see in a bit, but those are the key ingredients you're going to need. So we are going to start with this. This is a good example of what to work with. It's a beautiful heliamphora parva, fantastic plant, beautiful pictures, and I would like this to arrive in the condition that it is now. So we're going to do our utmost to make sure it does. So the first things we're going to do, remove the tag. If you look at the inside of the pot, it's quite built up on this side with moss. There are low points down here though, which are going to cause us a problem. So this is where the moss comes in. We want that moss to compensate for the low parts. So we're just going to pack that in to the low sections as best we can. Take your time, go all the way around, there's no rush. Just make sure, or try and make sure, it's just above the rim of the pot. These plants are potted in Akadama, Kanuma and pumice, and anybody that knows Akadama and Kanuma, it's a grainy, granular medium that will literally fall out the pot. It's not like peat and perlite where there is some kind of stiction to it. If you tip this pot upside down, the whole lot will be on the floor. Whereas peat and perlite, you may have to tap the bottom of the pot to get it to come out. If you look in this pot here, that's an example of Akadama and Kanuma. It's little rocks basically, and if I tip that upside down now, the lot will be on the floor. So we've packed the pot out. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to take our masking tape, and if you have a look at the pot, you've got a gap around the edges. What we're going to do is we're going to get our masking tape, tear some off, We're going to go as close into the pictures as we can with the masking tape. Put it across and just pull it down. Stick it to the sides of the pot. Fold the edges in. And then just get your hand and fold the top over. It's that simple. We're going to turn the pot round. And we're going to do exactly the same on this side. Pull it down, fold the sides in, fold it over, again on the other two sides. Fold the sides in, fold it over. Now, masking tape isn't known to be the stickiest stuff in the world, which is A, while we're using it. So, in the event of any accidents and it touches a picture, it doesn't stick. And it's easy to get off. It's not like, you can use sellotape, but I kind of prefer not to. Any accidents, and then you can have a hell's game getting it off after. We're going to stick a diagonal one across there because there is a bit of a gap. Stick that down. Okay, that packed down is nice and firm. There you go. That's pushing in now. That moss and that tape on top is pushing down on the media. I've tipped all the water out because I don't want to transport any water in. Right, and turn that upside down. Nothing's going to happen. Which brings us to the next part. Your bamboo skewer, pointed end, pick the corner, push it in, push it down. And do the same with this one. Pick the corner, push it in, push it down. And we're going to use a pair of cutters. Looking at the height of the top picture there, we want it literally an inch above that top picture. We don't want it down here or directly level with it. If you do, any pressure on the top, it's going to fold that picture in, so we want it kind of up here. So I'm just going to pull these up a bit because we don't need them right in the bottom of the pot. And then I'm just going to take the cutters and just snip that off, and then I can raise them up in a second. Snip that off. There we go. That's about where we want them. Then we're going to take the other two and poke a hole. Now these two are a bit too short, so we're going to use two of the thicker ones to go in. There's one. Poke a hole. And there's two. Trim them off. Trim them off. Okay. Right, for me, that is the hard part done. Now we're going to get the cling film and we're going to find our label, because I always forget to add the label. We're going to find our label, stick it on the side like that, pin the cling film with your finger, and then gently, the first wrap, really gently, just to make sure you're not pinching any pictures as you go round. So don't pull on it, don't yank it. Nice and easy round on the first wrap. Take it easy. Okay, second wrap, you can start to apply a little bit of pressure to it, but not too much. We don't want to pull the the pictures out. Keep going. I would do probably between 6 to 7 wraps on this. It's a reasonably sized plant, so we want to give it as much protection as possible, especially around the top. And the cling film is going to hold in the skewers. So that skewer's bending in slightly, not a problem, we can straighten it up in a second. But we're going to keep going around. That should do it. So, pair of sharp scissors. Leave it hanging. And just tuck that round, tuck that round. Squeeze the bottom, like so, and just fold it up. I've got some piece of sellotape here all ready to go. And we'll just take that bottom up beside the pot. Now for the top, we're going to go in and make sure all the cling film is folded out. We're going to straighten that skewer a little if we can. There we go. It's straight. Now with the top, all I'm going to do is pinch it together like that, and I'm going to get some tape. I'm going to tape that down. There we go. There is your heliamphora or carnivorous plant, whatever you want to pot up. That is perfectly secure inside there. The substrate's not going to fall out. It's protected somewhat from any bashing from the sides, and as long as you put this in a box properly, i.e. put something round it in the cardboard box. I don't think I've got oil up here. So as long as you put this in a cardboard box properly, i.e. give it some sort of padding at the sides, underneath and on top. Worst thing you can do for that now is put it in a box that's too small. Because all that's going to happen is it's going to get bashed from the sides, it's going to get bashed from the top, it's going to get bashed from the bottom. Put it in a box that you've probably got at least 3 or 4 inches all the way around the box, top and bottom, that you can put in some sort of padding. I use scrunched up newspaper, bubble wrap, whatever I can. Whatever I can recycle goes in the box. I don't waste anything. All the boxes are recycled, all the wrapping is recycled. It's up to you. It's whatever you want to use at the end of the day. The object of the game is making sure that doesn't come into contact with the sides of the box when it gets dropped, because God bless them, Royal Mail, they're not perfect. So there you go. I hope that helps you out, and just a quick video on packaging plants. Like and subscribe please, and check out the other videos on my channel. Heliamphora, Nepenthes, the grow tent, everything else. And I'll see you soon. Thank you.